As I watch people move in around here and we get a lot of questions about which security systems to use and so forth, I noticed that the Ring doorbell in many ways often functions as a rival now. I think it's owned by Amazon. You guys did a big partnership with Google. I think the first products are coming from that maybe early next year. What should we expect that to look like?
We're super excited about the partnership with Google. It's a 7-year partnership. In addition to the commercial relationship, Google invested approximately 7% equity stake in our company. We'll roll out with Google products in the third quarter of 2021 and go to market as ADT plus Google at that time.
Wow. So for people who have these systems installed already, are there natural upgrades, or are a lot of these products aimed at, new entrants into the market? I know, like you said, a lot of people are doing now video on top of the core ADT offering. And just how busy has it been for you lately?
I mean, it's been incredibly busy. There's a handful of demand catalysts for our business right now. Home automation overall has been a considerable catalyst for us. Our average installation today includes 14 devices, cameras, access to garage door openers, connectivity to lights, the Nest thermostat, automated locks. And so home automation has been a significant catalyst for us. Secondly, home builds overall has been a catalyst for us, and millennials are an important part of that home formation and are prime candidates for home automation. And then lastly, something that I think you were talking about a little bit earlier on your show, the deurbanization and migration to the suburbs has been another important catalyst to helping ADT grow this year.
That's incredible. And I would add as well, anecdotally, I think some of the unrest we've seen across the country this year has made people think about, what kind of home security systems they might need. So as we look, as you say, if you're installing 14 different pieces of equipment now for people on a typical installation, I have to imagine your price point is going up. I mean, this is the ultimate. You guys were a sort of subscription as a service model long before that was in vogue. I can tell you we always call every year when you try to raise our bills and talk them back down. But how is that migrating in terms of what people are paying for your service now as it becomes more and more high tech?
Yeah, there's a lot of variability depending on what the customer interest is. If there are more devices and more services, the monthly recurring fee is a little bit higher. The advent of cameras is driving costs up a bit. The vast majority of our systems that we sell today include video services, include cameras, and so there's a lot of variability, largely orbiting around how many services the customer wants included in the package.
Right. And Jim, what would you say finally about how sustainable this current demand boom is? I mean, you guys, you'd think, would be one of the businesses that wouldn't have a hangover effect because every new customer you sign on presumably is paying for a while. What's their average tenure?
The average tenure for us is about 7 or 8 years. We feel good about the catalysts that are in place today. As I mentioned, home automation is increasing. We expect that to continue to increase over the long haul. The home builds seems to have a nice runway ahead of it. The migration of the suburbs, we think, will be more of a macro trend than a micro trend. We have some new partnerships. D.R. Horton is one of the more important ones that we feel excellent about. And all of these demand catalysts for us will help drive growth. And that's before we have an opportunity next year to leverage the relationship and partnership that we have with Google. And as I said, in Q3 of next year, we'll go to market as ADT plus Google.
Yeah, and you can see a big transition point for the company, which has had the volatile stock over the past couple of years. Jim, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Jim DeFries is the CEO of ADT.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.